SD card speed slow. Oh, yeah, I don't want to do that. Welcome back to Sanderson, Florida. This is a few days or a week. For me, was about 2 or 3 minutes. We're just going to keep pressing north. Oh, I meant to. Getting 30 miles to the gallon. We can stay on these back roads for a little while. Whoops. Elderly couple watching me change my card out, sitting at the corner of US 90, just sitting on the front porch. Oh, they're probably living in what used to be a store. Could still be a store, who knows. Church of God by Faith Incorporated. that'll be tomorrow. I can't expect me. I probably could get through. It's 10:40. I would have easily got there. I mean, even on the back roads, you can get, you know, from south to north in 2 days, maybe 3. It's like an 18-hour drive by interstate from Tampa to Cleveland. It's probably only 24 to 26 hours non-interstate. Trucks on that state highway. And as you can see, most county roads, even in the state, are pretty well maintained. Depending on the state, but in most states. US highways, even in rural areas, are 4-lane now. Very few US highways now, they're just 2 lanes. And they go through bigger towns. Riding with me for bigger towns. You're riding with me to see the occasional, following a pickup truck and tall Georgia pines. Well, that was farmed. You can tell by those are all in rows. All of this is. That was farmed for timber and replaced years ago, and they're all in just neat little rows of tall Georgia pines. Okay, this county road ends here. West would take us through the John M. Bethea State Forest, and south of the Okefenokee Swamp when it crosses the state line. It's all kind of the same, and then Fargo, that would be in Georgia. But we're gonna do Pontiac, which is just to the right here. I guess that's the police station. Fuel inspection site. Okay, that's because we're ready to. Yeah, this is Florida State Route 2 until we cross the bridge right here. What river is this? Don't know. Georgia state line. So now we're in Georgia. We're in the north part of the dongle part. We're still south of the Florida-Georgia straight state line. But this is that little dongle part. St. George is our next town. Pardon the into the sun. Well, 12 miles into the sun, we'll be out. building storm cloud. The clouds are starting to get mean. Woofy wagon, breakfast and lunch. Well, there's gas there. Hunt Brothers Pizza, baby, all over the country. Oh, that was Exxon. Probably overpriced, but. This for, let's see, 144 mile range. Next town is, I think we join up with 301. There's a couple towns there. Probably be good fuel break. Oh, wait a minute, there's a county road that cuts off those towns. They get me to US 23. that separates Florida and Georgia. Riding along the eastern edge of the Okefenokee Swamps. I will not be going into swamps. read. You couldn't read anything on the maps. Oh, so sorry, Buck. I'll clean my windshield in Waycross as well. Maybe we'll see some trains. Alright, my turn off. Yep, should be right around this corner. That's not happening. Nope. Dirt road. Nope. Guess we're going into town. Guess I'll stop for fuel here in Folkestone or Homeland, one of the two. Is there a little main street area? Not a Strode? Yeah, there is. Okay. I can hit this little main street area. you do, Bubba? Don't feed the bears. Poor Bubba. Look at all that lumber. Shiver me timbers. Alright, fueled up, 408 range. There was a grasshopper under my hood. Jiggled all the connections, but my check engine light's still on. But I found a tool that my mechanic left. Alright. So let's see here. Down to the main road, Folkestone Park. Let's see what this does. This seems to be the old road out of town, and we'll follow 23. Probably should have 10-100. Supposedly goes in the town of Homeland. Yeah. As long as it's not a dirt road. Okay. Yeah, this is like the old highway, the original. Coming out of town, Folkestone Golf Club, Country Club Road. Yeah, this comes out of Folkestone, skirts a town called Homeland, and then this road heads up, getting closer and closer to 23, because it has like an interchange. Homeland, city limits. Yeah, let me back it down here. Don't feed the bears. Bedroom community, no businesses. Yep, that's all it is, right along the railroad tracks here, I think. Yeah, this is, calls it Old Highway 1. Maybe it's Homeland City Hall, so I guess there is. I guess that's, yep. I guess that's the main street. Yep, I'd rather gone this way. There's just an interchange with 301 and 23. Bunch of state highways come together there. And probably the original road. says? It's because we're on the old Dixie Highway. The OG, one of them. There's a bunch of Dixie Highways. One on the West Coast, one on the East Coast. This is the East Coast Dixie Highway. So we are traveling on one of the original early 1900 routes built by private companies to get north and south. By Henry Plant, I believe. Get away, buzzards. Car manufacturers built most of the early roads, like the Lincoln Highway and the Dixie Highway, privately funded so they could sell more cars. So you'll notice that the telephone poles go straight. This has all been grown over. Oh, okay, well, there's railroad tracks here, that's why. So it probably naturally crossed the tracks here, anywho. Yep, then the old road probably goes straight across, but do I? Nah. Now I'll pop onto the 4-lane for a little while. Yep. Good choice. That was a different road. It goes northeast. I don't want to go that way. Let's stick to northwest. Sometimes these are just the original alignments there. About U.S. road, U.S. highways. That's what most of these have become. Very few 2 lanes. But we'll take this up to, there's a component checks in. CSX calls this area of track the Waycross subdivision. Shout out distance signal. Honda dealer, Ford dealer. Well, there's a Nissan dealer if I wanted to really get super expensive repairs done, and check engine light would probably still come on after they did it. And leave it here for 2 or 3 days. Let's get a gas cap first. Hobby Lobby? That's where I could get a, well, not Hobby Lobby. I was thinking. Walmart? No, I'll just go straight to an auto parts store. There's an Advanced and a O'Reilly's up here. Don't see it yet. Alright, I see Advanced Auto Parts up here. There's the mall at Waycross. There's a Planet Fitness in there somewhere. Somewhere back there. I saw the sign. But anyway, we'll be back out. I'll take you into Waycross and then we'll call this video. Oh, Fairfield. Way too early in the day. Now I might stop, use my Marriott thingy. But first things first, let's get a gas cap. One new gas cap later. Cleared the code. Same code. So we'll see if it pops up again in another 100 miles. Alright, we'll take this Strode, I guess. Hold on, let's see where I'm at here. Well, yeah, it just becomes a little mess of a triangle where 82 and 23 and 1 and it all comes together. Oh, I didn't know there was an out there. Well, we'll see if a new gas cap turns better. My other one got locked. It doesn't do that keep ratcheting turn. So I'm wondering if it failed. And I spent for an oxygen sensor for nothing. Well, we shall see. I don't think this will be a fix. I got a feeling this is going to be a ongoing issue, but no matter. Alright, we're almost to beautiful downtown Waycross. Would you like to come out, miss? You can come out if you like. She's talking on the phone. Railfan station. Is it there? Yeah, the train viewing platform. Yes. Directions. There you go. Start. Alright. This way. You all can go that way. I'll go this way. because there's less traffic this way. Let's see how well the tablet does at directing me. Well, I don't have to worry about it. Just follow the railroad tracks. Business US 1. Kroger. Ooh. Coyote. Yep. Just follow the train tracks. Okay, well, at least glad I stopped at the first place that had, they had my, didn't know gas caps were behind the counter. Do you want that locking one? No, not yet. That's all I need is another key to lose. What's this key for? Memorial Stadium. Oh, that's minor league baseball, baby. Cool. Now I gotta figure out which minor league baseball team that was. I'll put it in I'll put it in my little note there. That's assuming I actually watch the whole thing to edit. Sometimes I don't. If you'll notice, there's long stretches where I don't post commentary at the bottom. That means I'm not watching. I'm just, hitting the in and out points of my videos. Was I supposed to cross over there? Probably. Alright. I'll just go to wherever downtown is. Jeez. Can you turn any slower? Maybe this goes into the low underpass. Yeah, this goes into town. Yeah, my tablet is doing me absolutely no good. Come on, tablet, get away with all of it. Go away. Yeah. Ooh, DQ. Straight only. Plant Avenue. Okay. Ware County Courthouse. Okay. No left turn. Well, I'll figure it out. G-map up on my phone because it is not working on the tablet and I have no clue where I'm at. Knox, Albany. What street am I on? Alice. Albany Street. Where's Albany Street? Person's way. viewing platform. Okay, I'll put it on my phone. Okay. Maryland fried chicken. That's another Advanced Auto Parts. Okay. I have a feeling it's back down to I just want to see it. Business US 1 going the other way into town. I'll probably take it out of town. 84 and 38. Okay. Plant Avenue, which, you know, Henry Plant. Yep. His railroad. Okay. Take us through the center of town anyway. Although this is kind of marked, right, yeah, right here is marked as Waycross. Business 1 to the left. Okay, this is downtown. Yep. There's the train tracks on the left. Of a mile. It's on the left hand side. Little cafe. Road closed. It looks like the old train station there. Yeah, doing some work. Bridal boutique. 1/10 of a mile. Must be. Oh, I guess it's right there. Okay. Nothing there. I can park here. I guess I will. This is the town square. Waycross Rail Depot. Alright. I'll finish this video out and, you know, I'll find this platform and I think it's right on the side there. And I'll finish the video there. Busy place. Established 1911. Yeah. I don't know what this is. Waycross Express. Oh, I guess maybe this is a, yeah, I guess it's a cute little place to view trains. Well, that's adorable. Yep, the old train station. Railway Express Agency down there. Down there. Oh. Waycross Express. Must be like a restaurant that's not open today. I thought this would, oops. I've been watching Distant Signal a lot. Atlantic Coast Lounge. Yeah, must be something. All good. Welcome to Waycross. And I'm going to stop this video here. Move it up north. Dining room. Take a couple pictures. Tell y'all to take the road less traveled, and I'll see you as I head out of town in the next video. Heading north on the road less traveled. Thanks for riding along.